Hey, 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 hit him with the what? Got joy on him. Ding, 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 ding. Let's get it. Market open. Check. Previously on Kimba TV. So it might already be clean, you know. And I don't know if this is done, so I don't know if there's one more or if that was it. Something like that. Math is math. Math is math. Wait. Stop the music. Stop. Does anybody need help or TA? Obviously, if you like, this morning is a great example of, did you just memorize what I said yesterday, or did you truly understand everything that we talked about? So you can clearly see, like, the hidden bear divs are still there. The bearish divs are still there. Like, none of the data points that we talked about yesterday has changed. All right. So yeah, we're still waiting for the bad low to get swept. And then same thing with ES, VWAP, and we talked about this yesterday, the bearish retest. So we good? Nothing has changed. So still waiting to see if 80, this is going to get swept. So, oops. Long, short. And then we're smack dab in the middle. So just don't get got. Make your decisions off of data. Let's go. Nothing changed? Yeah, nothing changed. So, yeah, if anything, what you want to do is switch to like 4 hour. So all I would say is don't lose money in such a small range right here. Don't lose money. As long as you don't lose money, I think you're okay. Yeah, but that range is so tiny, and it's literally like a volume node that, yeah, it's just bing bong ding donging for now. It's just ranging. Could you argue for the bullish div as well? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, actually there's a bear div and a bull div. It just depends on which time frame you want to look at. But there is a bull div, you guys can see it. Bull div and bear div. Big bear div, small bull div. Yeah, so big bear div, small bull div. So let's see what happens. We got 15 minutes on the first 30-minute candle close, so we'll see if the RTH is going to be Valadio. You know what I mean? We'll see if it can get above value area high. Hopefully it doesn't for somebody like me. The most important thing is that I'm going to have longs and shorts, Raveheart. So the only thing that really matters, brother, is that you can identify levels and you can know if it's bullish or bearish. In the last 2.5 years, I've never taken a long or a short that I didn't prepare for with you guys and that didn't have the data that I said I wanted. You'll never see me in a long if there is zero edge. You're never going to see me in a short if the open interest doesn't look bearish, if the CVD doesn't look bearish. If S&P looks bullish, you're never going to see me in a Bitcoin short, for example. Like, I've been doing the same shit pretty consistently for a very long time. So you could be the guy that doesn't want to watch the highlights and you'll ask me every fucking day, are you long, are you short? Or you could be the guy that just watches me for 2-3 weeks, figures out how I interpret data as bullish or bearish, and you'll never have to ask me if I'm bullish or bearish. It's not a coincidence that 90% of people that have been watching me for like 9 months or more can almost to the dollar predict what my entry is on a position before I even show it. So it's all there. For better or for worse, I'm always going to wait for edge. I'm always going to wait for my level. Sometimes I miss a trade. Sometimes I get pixel perfect. Sometimes I hit a home run. Sometimes I get round tripped. But for me, I can't, on the higher time frame and medium time frame, I'm bullish, Rave. All right. So I'm just looking to see if, are we going to sweep 82.5? Are we going to sweep the bad lows? Are we going to clean the untapped VWAP on S&P? What are we going to do? And if you've been following me since yesterday, you probably don't know that Mondays and Tuesdays are when I like to really go heavy. Maybe Wednesday I might allow it once in a while like yesterday. So for the long or the short that I want, I'm waiting until Monday or Tuesday. There's no real trade for me today. Do you know that it's a banking holiday tomorrow? So today is kind of the Friday. Everybody is closing positions. Everybody is taking risk off, right? Like if you're a traditional market player, you're not going to have open positions going into a holiday, three-day holiday weekend, right? So it's low volume. People are mostly closing positions, which means that people that are still holding bad longs or bad shorts, they're going to get squeezed today. So mostly on a Thursday or, what we would consider basically a Friday, we're just going to manage risk. That's what we're supposed to do on a Friday or, towards the end of the week. So today I would just sit back, relax, see where the price settles. You don't want to gamble today. You certainly don't want to talk about, it's a good long or a good short. That's not what's happening on a Friday. You know what I mean? Or a Thursday on a 3-day holiday weekend. So, yeah, let me know if you have any questions, Rave. And I'm getting ready to, potentially think about a long on Monday. A scalp long on Monday or Tuesday. Sounds good? But yeah, higher time frame, bullish. Medium time frame, we start to switch a little bit into like slight bearishness. Day to day, bearish. Or smaller time frame, bearish. Yeah, so sit back, relax today, Rave. Get caught up on some of the highlight stuff. And let's get ready for Monday. You good? Corolla, let's go. Sophia says, where would you like to long? We're going to have to see where settlement is today, Sophia. So instead of asking where I would like to long, what I really want you to do is ask questions under the thesis of trying to figure out what I like and when I like it, Sophia. So first things first, you know that I'm a big level to level person, right? So if you were to ask me, where would you like to long? My levels haven't changed. Where's the first place, Sophia, that I've been talking about for the last 2 weeks where I said I would like to long? And why is it that level? Sophia, your question was, where would you like to long? Take a wild guess where it would be a statistically advantageous place to long. So can you see all of the bad lows, Miss Sophia? So the first place that you would have a statistical advantage to try to take a long would be when you clean all of these shitty lows. So like a swing fail of all the shitty lows would be the first place where you could think about a good long. It's not about, so this is what I want you to think, Sophia. It's not about being in a long when the price is pumping. So if you feel like, oh my God, I'm not in a long and it's pumping, that's your emotions. As a trader, if you missed a long or a short, who gives a fuck? It's fine. All right? What you're supposed to do is manage risk. That means your responsibility is to be patient until you have the best possible setup that you can get. So if we miss a long from the untapped point of control, who gives a fuck? That's not like, that's cleaning all of the lows is a better long than longing the accumulation of shitty lows. So it is what it is, you know? It's okay to miss a trade. It's unacceptable to take a trade that you don't have a statistical advantage on. Does that make sense? So many people, Sophia, get really caught up, or even worse, they think they did something wrong because they're not in a long or short while the price is pumping or dumping. Who gives a fuck? That's not the point of this game. You're supposed to manage risk. Your job is to make sure that whatever risk you take, it was managed and it's as minimal as you can make it be. That's it. That's what your job is. That's your sole responsibility. So, yeah, I think, you know, if it's not an 82.5 SFP long, it's hard for me to take it. For me. So that would be what I would look for. What would be another place, Sophia? Let's say, for example, that we never get 82.5. Okay? I don't get bullish or bearish on penetration. I get bullish or bearish on retests. So let's say, for example, that this breaks to the upside today. What do you think conceptually I'm looking for on Monday or Tuesday? It could be a VWAP bullish retest. It could be a settlement bullish retest. It could be an RTH dip the tip and go. And what would I want to see on the breakout for me to actually take a bullish retest? Wouldn't it be volume? I just said that we don't have that much volume today. So if that is the case, then maybe it's an SFP short that we might be looking for today if it happens during RTH. And depending on if that RTH sweep happens and if it actually breaks structure and makes another lower low, then the 82.5 SFP doesn't look as good as if it hadn't done that swing short before. So what happens and when it happens will all kind of dictate what you want to do, Sophia. I hope that made sense. So if it doesn't SFP short first, the 82.5 long is better. If it does clean a high up there like this, and it does something like this, and it breaks that low, then I don't think this is good. So you have to wait and see, Sophia. And all that matters is, do you understand why I said all those things? Can you remember back the last couple days and weeks and recall why I'm saying all these things? That's what matters. You know, we're never going to be able to predict the future. It might pivot here, it might bounce here, it might reject here. So it's being able to read what it's doing correctly is what you really only have to concern yourself with. Did that make sense? So let's see what happens. If it makes a higher high here, it's going to change structure. If it's changing structure, then we need to see how high or how low it's going to go. And then that's going to dictate what we're going to do. So first things first, can we break 85? That's what you should be looking at for Bitcoin. All right? And if it does start to change structure, does it do it with volume? And then we'll go from there. Sounds good, Sophia? Let's go! But a lot of this is just math. And this, like even really this, is just shorters getting wrecked and longers getting wrecked. It's range bound. It's setting a range. like this. You see it? This is called retail arena. And I'm not playing retail arena. I'm in the owner's box. You know? And I'm chilling. And I got my Latuche, and I got my caviar, and I got my shrimp cocktail, and I got my Dom Perignon. And I'm watching people get wrecked. I'm like, oh my God, bing bong ding dong, bing bong ding dong. You know, motherfuckers talking about, let's go to 100. Let's go to 50K. Fuck, oh my God, what the fuck? It's manipulation. This game is manipulation. I'm just up here chilling. So don't get too caught up in like retail arena. You feel me? Like, wait to see. Does it change structure? And does it do it with volume? Is it the first time that you've seen structure change before a 3-day holiday weekend? You know it's really baity, right? Stop the music. YG2160 is asking, is this bullish a retest? I would go with no. But what I would suggest that you do, YG, is start to track. The only reason why you're asking that is because you've never seen a bullish retest before a holiday weekend, or you have, but you can't remember, right? So yeah, we spent all day talking about it. So exclamation rewind, exclamation YouTube, if you want to get like the general gist of what to kind of expect for a 3-day holiday weekend. I'll be here tomorrow, so we'll obviously see the price continuation. If I were going to look for a bullish retest, I wouldn't look at the RTH 0-day Bugammas, just because the closer that we get to the end of the day, the 0-day Bugammas become less and less and less relevant. In fact, you could almost make the argument that these 0-day Bugammas are completely irrelevant because everybody has already closed their positions and they're settled back home for the holiday weekend. You know how I usually say the lunchtime is the cutoff for the Bugamma significance? Because most of my friends that work in Wall Street, they go home like after lunch. They don't go back to the office. They've already de-risked. They're heading to the Hamptons early. All right. If I was going to look for a bullish retest, I think it would be what we talked about in the morning. You know? We talked about this in the morning, like 8 hours ago, or 4 hours ago. So, all right. The only thing that everybody is going to be looking for like a bullish retest. I'm still not going to buy it. I certainly won't really care too much over the weekend. But I think the most important thing for you is what can you remember about the previous times that it was breaking out or breaking down, and you were thinking about taking a bullish retest or a bearish retest, except it was a 3-day holiday weekend. You must not have gotten wrecked in those scenarios for you to not be able to remember anything. I've gotten wrecked trying so many different shit, so many times that the trauma and the emotional memory is there for me. So that's why I was breaking down things like volume. So yes, I'm always going to get stopped. So to answer your question, I'm never going to lose a trade, especially the day before a holiday weekend. So I don't know which short you're talking about because I've done multiple on multiple exchanges. My stop loss is always in take profit. So whichever one that you think I'm in, if it's above entry, it's already gone. If you're specifically talking about the one from yesterday and things like that, what you're not listening to is the value of value area high. I'm never going to let a short go beyond here. I'm going to re-enter. Okay? So just like how I explained this, okay, and why value area high would be invalidation for me, and why we got a pixel perfect value area high short yesterday, I would hope that the last 2-3 days of me explaining value area high has helped you understand where you should invalidate a short. All right, big dog. Yeah, but on a like, it's like you know what CSS is? Do you know like basic software architecture? You know, like have you watched like AI movies with software or engineering? I mean, you could even like, you know, architectural engineering or structural engineering. You have a thesis, okay? And then you have deviating plans that go beyond. But this can never overwrite this rule. All right? So, regardless of what the fuck you might be doing that day, you never let a winning trade turn red. Never. Especially on a day like today. If you want to be a little bit aggressive and be more risk on for like FOMC, that's okay. But like you're never going to let a green trade turn red on a day like today. Therefore, you should already know where my stop loss is, assuming you know where my entry was. Does that help? So that's how I would answer your question, brother. And I'm not trying to fuck with you. I'm not trying to humiliate anybody. I'm just here to give it the way it is, talk that talk, because I genuinely want everybody to juice. So with the objective of I genuinely want you to juice, that's the way that I would answer your question. Okay? Let's get it, man. Sounds good? Let me know if you have anything else you want to talk about. Do you know what my higher time frame and medium time frame and smaller day-to-day stuff is? Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah? Let's go. Is there anything else that you want to talk about R2D2? Talk to me. Like, you can be as explicit and blunt as you want. You can ask me, hey, where are you thinking about taking your next long? Hey, where are you thinking about taking the next short? Just understand that I've already talked about all of that. But I'm more than happy to go over it again. A lot of it, brother, is very, very simple. Because I have levels to the upside and I have levels to the downside. And all I'm doing, R2D2, is as it approaches that level to the upside or as it approaches that levels to the downside, I'm just looking at how is it getting there. Like, is it just a bunch of shorts getting squeezed? Is it just a bunch of longs getting squeezed? Are longs actually opening? Are shorts actually opening? Is there an exhaustion or an absorption from the bullish or bearish side? What is S&P doing? You know, and I'm just fucking taking the best guess that I can. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, you know? But even if I'm wrong, since I waited for enough edge to line up, even if I'm wrong, usually I'm just getting round trips, stopped out in profit, like tiny profit. So let me know if you want to talk about anything. I'm more than happy to be as explicit as you want. Yeah, let's go. Let's juice. It like my value proposition R2D2, like I don't have a signals group. I don't have like a paid Discord or a indicator to sell or a whatever. So my value proposition is from being able to help other people. So that's all I'm here to do. Do not put me on a pedestal, R2D2. Okay. I'm making no claims that I'm a good trader. I am not saying that I'm a better trader than you, R2D2. I'm just here to hang out with y'all. So never ever put anybody else on a pedestal. Something that another man can do, you can do. All right. What's your risk management strategy? I come to grips with the fact that I am a retail trader and the highest probability outcome for anything that I do is that I'm going to get round tripped. Therefore, my risk management strategy is to just protect the capital I already have. I don't mind getting round tripped, but I'll never let a green trade turn red. That's it. That simple. Oh my God, are you fucking serious? Hit him with the D! Token Tickler says, man, my short got stopped out. That's okay, but did we not say that that was going to happen today? Longers are going to get wrecked. Shorters are going to get wrecked. Don't get got, you know? So you're fine, Token. But here's the thing, Token. This happened like every year right before a 3-day holiday weekend. So if there's anything to take away from today, if you really want the juicy long or short, wait until Monday or Tuesday. Don't take it on the 3 before the holiday weekend starts. Brother, you're going to have a juicy ass trade on Monday. So you good? Dimitri says, when did you identify blue level? Jeez, I don't know. Long time ago. But Dimitri, I explained what it was. Not only that, I drew it right in front of your face multiple times. This is what I want you to do. Do this. Okay? This is part of the previous range. So you're going to take this candle. And you're going to go this candle
present
to
emoji,
here.
3 words, math is math.
Hey, exclamation enter, X Goofy gifted a white mug. But that level has always been like point of control, brother. I love volume and value. So 99% of these lines, they have something to do with volume or value. Okay? And I say this every day. You guys need to be looking at higher time frame, medium time frame, and smaller time frame levels yourselves. So I would be like, why haven't you pulled this fixed range volume profile? Why do you not know that since we broke 90, that the point of control is like 85 to 83? Like 83, 85 is a really, really important zone. Would you agree? And it doesn't have to be pixel perfect. You know, was it pixel perfect this time? No. Yeah, but you know what I would want you to do, Dimitri, is over the weekend, if you have time, fuck around with fixed range volume profile a little bit, my guy. And we can regroup on Monday and you can ask me questions. All right? But like, I want you to identify ranges and where value could be so you can really understand. Do you, like, if you don't do that shit right there, you're probably not going to understand that even though I do want to swing fail there on a higher time frame, I actually want a failed auction. Kind of like what we got here when we broke down. Like, do you understand that that could be a potential short if it's a failed auction? You know, do you understand why I want a failed auction there more than a swing fail? You know, do you know why like 92 to 93 is an important level for me? Do you know what 90K means? So you got to just kind of start putting it together. Who was the person that was I was like, if you're going to talk to me about a bullish retest, this is where you would first think about it. Who was that person? I still don't think that this is going to hold, but you see what I'm talking about? Whoever that was. But Deuce, let's go. Frenzy, let's go. Hey, you know what it is. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all lying. Santo, tell them what happens if they don't have good risk management. Shit out of you.